Hey, Dr. Brandy here with Live Vibrantly. I hope it's going that way for you. This month we're talking about how to improve your metabolism. So I know for a lot of people that come to my office, they tell me they feel sluggish or they're tired or they used to easily lose weight and now they can't. And they feel like they're quote unquote getting older. And I know I speak to this concept a lot, but I truly believe and know that a lot of our chronic issues that we have in our body, like pain and fatigue and diabetes and heart disease and cancer and all of these things, are not because we're getting older. They are degenerative processes that are happening way too fast. And when that happens, our metabolism slows. So we're going to just talk a little bit about that. So I guess I want to clarify what metabolism is. So metabolism is actually how your cells utilize nutrients for energy production. So this is every single cell in your body has its own metabolism, and the metabolism of all your cells together equal your metabolism. So how vital and well your organ systems are will determine how well your metabolism is. So there's many different types of metabolism. As a matter of fact, I do a very specific test that identifies the metabolic type of my patients. And when we have an understanding of our metabolic type, then we can actually begin to be very specific about the type of care that one receives. For instance, if someone has a slow type 1 metabolism, they need a lower fat diet. Someone who's more on the faster metabolism needs a higher fat diet. So there's a lot of different things that we can do to adjust someone's care to make sure they're getting the results that they need. But we're getting back to the metabolism. There's a couple of things that we can do, okay? So we can, to improve our metabolic balance. And that's essentially what we're always trying to achieve, is a level of balance in our lives, right? Balance between work and play, balance between kids and work, right? And family and all the things that we enjoy in our life. And I know it's not always easy. I mean, I find myself very commonly cutting out things in my life that I enjoy, like going on hikes as much as I would like to, going snowboarding as much as I would like to, practicing yoga as much as I would like to. Clearly, I have the choice to go outside whenever I want and to practice yoga whenever I want, right? But when we're in the throes of life, finding that balance can be very challenging. So I get it. I really do. I mean, I was 12 sizes bigger than I am now and had obsessive compulsive disorder with food. So I get how challenging it can be. But I've found that there's a couple of little things that you can do. Then if you just practice them most days, it doesn't even have to be every day, but practice them as a lifestyle, then you'll begin to create the life that you want. And to create better metabolic balance in our life, the first thing we can do is eat metabolically balanced meals. And so basically what that looks like is having proper ratios of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. So if you're going to sit down to a meal or snack, you want to have a certain amount of carbohydrates. So that might be a piece of fruit or some vegetables. You want to have some protein. So that might be chicken or fish or tuna or an Epic bar, one of my faves. And then you want to have some fat. So maybe if you're eating an egg, the egg already has fat in it. If you're eating an Epic bar, it already has fat in it. Most of them do. Or you might want to just throw some nuts in the mix, right? And you can portion it out to where there's maybe about 30% of it is fat, 40% of that is carbohydrate, and 30% of that is protein. Now, that being said, if we knew more about your specific personalized metabolic type, then I could rearrange those numbers in a way that would suit you personally. But it's a really great place to start. I actually began my journey with that it's 30% protein, 30% fat, 40% carbohydrate. And I began my journey with that, and I actually lost 50 pounds doing just that. And I didn't even know anything about eating clean. Like, I didn't know organic and all that. I was eating McDonald's and Burger King every day. I just turned it to the ratio. So I went and I actually got their little pamphlet that tells how many carbohydrates and stuff they have in their food. And I came to realize that if I went to Burger King and I got the grilled chicken sandwich with no mayonnaise and took off half of the bun, that I would have a perfectly 30-30-40 ratio in my meal. And so that was the kind of lifestyle I was leading at the time. Now, I haven't eaten Burger King in, I don't know, 20 years or something, a really long time, because I just don't do that, because I want to feed and nourish my body with really good quality nutrients so that my metabolism stays high, so that I don't have degeneration, so that I don't have inflammation. And so eating these metabolically balanced meals is important, but also eating good nutritious food is important as well. The other thing to think about when we're trying to improve our metabolism is nutrient timing. So it's when we put food in our body. So the first thing I always tell people is, if you're not a breakfast eater, at least drink something beyond a cup of coffee. So maybe a protein shake with some spinach and an apple in it. So you just drink it, right? So get something in your body, get your metabolism going first thing in the morning, and then every 3 hours without fail, put some nutrients in your body. So that might be having, a shake in the morning, and then maybe a couple of boiled eggs and an apple for a snack, and then maybe a nice lunch, which would be a salad or some chicken and pinto beans, and then have another snack a few hours later, maybe an Epic bar and an orange. That's what I had today. And then, whatever you have for dinner, something similar to lunch, right? So you're putting something in your body every few hours, which allows your body to be comfortable. Because if you're not feeding your body on a regular basis, it thinks it's starving. So everything slows down. It doesn't want to use up too much energy. It wants to store everything as fat. And that way it's prepared for malnutrition in the future. If it's starving, it's going to act like it's starving. So the more that you eat, the more often you eat, and I'm not saying gorge out all day long, but eat every 3 hours at minimum, and your body will get used to that, and then it can begin to rev itself up because it can trust that you're going to nourish it. The other thing you can do to improve your metabolic balance is exercise. I happen to be standing here in my gym. Well, you can see my lovely little bag, my heavy bag right there. I just got back into capoeira, which is an Afro-Brazilian martial arts and it's all hidden in dance. So it's a really fun sport and thing to do. And there's a lot of kicking. And so I use my heavy bag for that, right? And have some fun with that. So whatever it is that is fun for you in a form of exercise, do it. Now, I will say that I sometimes go off my exercise wagon, and it's a lot of times when I can't go outside. And I know right now a lot of people aren't going outside as much because it's cold. So get yourself a couple of little hand weights or a heavy bag or a treadmill or an exercise ball. I've got all these things in here, right? So I've got this gym that I've literally put together because it gives me the space to come in here and actually do my exercise. Otherwise, I won't do it. And I really love doing all these things. It's just sometimes I find better things to do. So it's an important piece of my day because it keeps my mindset good. So first thing in the morning, got to get the workout in. And if I don't do it first thing in the morning, it's a guarantee I'm not going to do it at all. So you got to find your special rhythm, right? And lastly, there's the 10-day transformation program, and I'm currently putting together a group 10-day transformation program. So I'm really excited about that. I think it'll be really fun to share that with people. It definitely revs people's metabolisms. And if you want to kind of get a deeper understanding, I'm happy to chat with you about how to do the hair mineral test. It's easy. I give you the kit and you do it at home. No problem at all. So that's kind of it. If you're interested in any of those things we've talked about, definitely reach out. My email address is drbandymccans, BRANDYMCCANS @gmail.com. So shoot me an email, or you can give us a call at 303-619-7766. And then don't forget that we do have our monthly free talks. Evening with Dr. Brandy happens every third Tuesday of the month. And if you'd like more information on that, you can give us a call. Next month, we're going to be talking about allergies and how to resolve those in a holistic fashion. So you don't have to have them. Even if you've had them all your life, you don't have to have them. And you can easily get rid of them. So I hope to see you at the class, or if you're interested in anything, I hope to hear from you. Otherwise, enjoy. Have a wonderful, wonderful March, and we'll be chatting soon. Take care.